Even North Korea is denouncing Donald Trump's proposal to take over Gaza. Yes, we're in the timeline where North Korea is more sane than Donald Trump. And just look at what Donald Trump is posting, by the way, in his social media platform. Trump wrote this. President Donald J. Trump was just unanimously elected chairman of the board of the prestigious Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. The president stated, quote, "It is a great honor to be chairman of the Kennedy Center, especially with this amazing board of trustees. We will make the Kennedy Center a very special and exciting place." And below it, they're advertising whatever the hell this AI thing is. Don't borrow from banks. Do this instead. Brilliant. Now, again, of course, it's making Kim Jong-un look a little rational. I got to show you this clip because a lot of people have been going back to that bizarre and deranged Elon Musk press conference with his kid inside the Oval Office with Donald Trump. And if you actually, I've seen a lot of people point this out. I got to show it to you. Then I'm going to go on to increasing inflation, Donald Trump talking about capitulating to Russia. I'll get there in a moment. But look at this. Elon Musk's kid appears to have said to Donald Trump during that Oval Office press conference, "I want you to shush your effing mouth." Watch for yourself. Here, play this clip.
From one year to the next are the same. And they're
okay. Let me just show it to you one more time. This is from a viral TikTok that's just been making its rounds. You may have seen it. So he says, "Shush your effing mouth." It looks like, tell me what you think. He says, then he picks his nose and wipes it on the desk. And Donald Trump just sits there and takes it because, let's face it, Elon Musk is basically running the government at this point. Let's play it.
And the prices from one year to the next are the same. And their mortgage, all their debt payments dropped.
This kid.
How great is that for the
Oh my God, there he is again. No! Oh!
That's what we're
He's going to put his booger fingers on the presidential desk.
All right. I just had to show you that in the morning. Oh my God. All right. Speaking of bizarre, so Donald Trump's Attorney General Pam Bondi, who's supposed to be like she's supposed to be like the smart one and the rational one in the administration. So she held a press conference yesterday where she said that she was bringing charges against the New York governor, Kathy Hochul, and other New York officials like Letitia James, the New York Attorney General, and others. She goes, "I'm bringing charges." Watch this, then we'll talk about it.
We have filed charges against Kathy Hochul. We have filed charges against Letitia James and Mark Schroeder, who is with DMV. This is a new DOJ, and we are taking steps to protect Americans, American citizens, and angel moms, like the mom standing right behind me, who you're going to hear from in a moment. New York has chosen to prioritize illegal aliens over American citizens. It stops today. As you know, we sued Illinois, and New York didn't listen. So now you're next.
So when people saw that, like, are you bringing criminal charges? Like, what are you doing? You're charging the New York governor and the New York Attorney General with crimes? And by the way, nothing even was filed on the docket until hours later. Here's what Governor Kathy Hochul wrote once the case wound up on the docket finally. New York is proud that immigrants from across the globe come here searching for a better life. And we're protecting all New Yorkers by cracking down on violent criminals. We expect Attorney General Pam Bondi's worthless, publicity-driven lawsuit to be a total failure. My full statement. Statement from Governor Kathy Hochul on Attorney General Bondi's publicity-driven lawsuit. Earlier today, Attorney General Pam Bondi marched in front of the television cameras for a dramatic media briefing to announce she was filing charges against New York State relating to our immigration laws. Hours later, when legal papers were shared with reporters, we learned this was smoke and mirrors. The Department of Justice was filing a routine civil action about a law passed in 2019 that has been upheld by the courts time and time again. Here are the facts. Our current laws allow federal immigration officials to access any DMV database with a judicial warrant. That's a common sense approach that most New Yorkers support, but there's no way I'm letting federal agents or Elon Musk's shadowy Doge operation get unfettered access to the personal data of any New Yorker in the DMV system, like 16-year-old kids learning to drive and other vulnerable people. New York is proud that immigrants from across the globe come here searching for a better life. People like my grandparents who left Ireland looking for the American dream. We welcome law-abiding individuals who want to work, pay taxes, and contribute to our communities, while at the same time protecting the public safety of all New Yorkers by cracking down on violent criminals. We expect Pam Bondi's worthless publicity-driven lawsuit to be a total failure, just like all the others. Let me be clear, New York is not backing down. And by the way, I like that attorney generals from across the country, Democratic attorney generals, Democratic governors, Democratic senators, Democratic members of Congress have finally got their fight back, and they are pushing forward, and this is what I've been wanting to see. By the way, here was Pam Bondi again at that press conference. She doesn't seem to know the way the baseball strike system works. She goes, strike one was Illinois, strike two. Just watch this. It's so bizarre. Let's play it.
And if you don't comply with federal law, we will hold you accountable. We did it to Illinois. Strike one. Strike two is New York. And if you are a state not complying with federal law, you're next. Get ready.
Muscles are vital for movement and play a key role in supporting the vascular system. The calves, often called the second heart, help pump blood against gravity, aiding circulation throughout the body. By using a standing desk and incorporating movement accessories, you are more likely to engage these muscles, promoting improved blood flow and overall health. If you work in front of a desk like I do, you've probably experienced the frustration of sitting for long periods. I seriously thought this would be a lasting problem until I discovered this episode's sponsor, Uplift Desk. Uplift Desk is at the forefront of ergonomic solutions, promoting better posture and health through adjustable standing desks designed to help you live a healthier lifestyle. Plus, they offer amazing accessories to keep you moving throughout the day. My personal favorite, the under-the-desk treadmill, which I have right here. It's a game changer for staying active while I work. Standing while I work gives me more room to move, which gets my creative juices flowing and helps me stay productive. I'm more focused and I'm more alert, and I've noticed I have so much more energy throughout the day. The best part, Uplift Desk lets you customize your desk with more than 200,000 configurations to suit your style and needs. Their desk configurator helps you build a complete workstation, including storage, seating, and even wire management. Make this year yours by going to upliftdesk.com/Meidas and using our code Meidas, that's MEIDAS, to get 4 free accessories, free same-day shipping, free returns, an industry-leading 15-year warranty covering your entire desk, and an extra discount off your entire order. That's upliftdesk.com/MEIDAS for a special offer only available at our link. Start 2025 right. Stand, move, thrive with Uplift Desk.
Meanwhile, the Canadian boycott on all things America and American continues strong. I think we're going to see this in some of our economic data here in the United States over the next several months. It won't hit right away because the boycott is a few weeks old. Canadians are not buying American, nor are they traveling to America. If they have rental properties or homes, they're trying to get rid of it and sell it. In essence, it's a scarlet letter from Canadians or for Canadians to travel here or to buy American. And Canadians are pretty united about this across the country. Obviously, if they're forced to be here, if they're forced to do something, they got to do what they got to do. But unless that's the case, Canadians are saying no. Member of Parliament Charlie Angus, who you've seen a lot here on the MeidasTouch network, said the following: "Don't spend another dollar in America. Across the country, Canada, people are canceling long-planned trips. I just heard from a Canadian travel agent who is telling her customers she won't book trips to the United States. Canada, the boycott is strong. Canada, strong as F word. We don't bend, we don't break." Meanwhile, one of the things we also learned is that New York, by the way, has good reason not to give Elon access to all of the personal data for another data breach. We learned that Trump and Elon Musk illegally revoked $80 million in congressionally appropriated FEMA funds from New York City's bank account yesterday. Money previously dispersed for shelter and services, says New York City Comptroller Brad Lander. Lander is demanding that the state pursue legal action. So remember what happened? Donald Trump dismissed without prejudice the federal case against the New York corrupt mayor, Mayor Adams. In return, it seems there was a quid pro quo to allow the federal government, allow Musk to just steal $80 million that was appropriated to FEMA, from FEMA to the people of New York. This is the statement from the New York City Comptroller Lander on Trump administration's illegal reversal of FEMA funding. This morning, my financial team shockingly uncovered that President Trump and his crony Elon Musk illegally executed a revocation of $80 million in congressionally appropriated FEMA funding from New York City's bank account. Late yesterday afternoon, this is money that the federal government previously dispersed for shelter and services, and it's now missing. This highway robbery of our funds directly out of our bank accounts is a betrayal of everyone who calls New York City home. New York City cannot take this lying down. I call on the mayor to immediately pursue legal action to ensure tens of millions of dollars stolen by Trump and Doge are rightfully returned. If instead Mayor Adams continues to be Trump's pawn, my office will request to work in partnership with the New York City Law Department to pursue aggressive legal action. So this is what the deal that was cut between Trump and Adams to steal the money that belonged to shelter services in New York. This shouldn't shock you, though, because Republicans hate everyone other than billionaires. Repeat after me. Republicans hate everyone other than billionaires. Look at the budget that they released yesterday, right? This is their budget. $4.5 trillion in new deficits for tax writing. $4 trillion debt limit hike for their tax cuts that go to billionaires. Trillions in tax cuts to the billionaires. And then it goes on to talk about $800 million or so reduced from Medicaid. 800 million reduced from Medicaid right there. Increase the debt ceiling by $4 trillion. While all of this is going on, the AP, Associated Press, was banned from the press room because they refused to refer to the Gulf of Mexico as the Gulf of America. This is the statement by Associated Press. As a global news organization, the Associated Press informs billions of people around the world every day with factual, nonpartisan journalism. Today, we were informed by the White House that if AP did not align its editorial standards with Donald Trump's executive order renaming the Gulf of Mexico as the Gulf of America, AP would be barred from accessing an event in the Oval Office. This afternoon, AP's reporter was blocked from attending an executive order signing. It's alarming that the Trump administration would punish the AP for its independent journalism. Limiting our access to the Oval Office based on the content of AP's speech not only severely impedes the public's access to independent news, but it plainly violates the First Amendment. Also violating our national security, Tulsi Gabbard was confirmed by the spineless Republicans yesterday as the next director of the National Intelligence. She will now oversee all of America's intelligence community. Vladimir Putin says thank you. Vladimir Putin says cheers. I can assure you now that no other NATO country or any other ally or once ally of the United States, because America is basically even a weirder version of North Korea, Trump a weirder version of Kim Jong-un. No one will be sharing intelligence with Tulsi Gabbard and the United States. We have boycotts, no sharing of intelligence, pure isolationism of America. America has never been weaker in its entire history. Trump has destroyed America in just 3 short weeks, destroying the economy, destroying the alliances, ripping apart the government. Vladimir Putin is happy. Elon Musk is happy. By the way, I saw this one going around right here. Elon Musk going anywhere in public using his son as a prop. Please, I have a child. Over in Kyiv, in the Kyiv Independent, great reporters over there like Ilya Pomerenko. After Donald Trump's total capitulation to Putin yesterday, here's what Pomerenko wrote. So are we supposed to give up our national territory, vow never to join NATO no matter what Russia does to us, and also give Donald Trump our rare earth metals? That's a very interesting deal from an aggressor and a partner that was supposed to support our security in exchange for Ukraine giving up our nuclear weapons, missile armaments, and strategic bomber fleet. Of course, yesterday in the Oval Office, Donald Trump said that it was a bad idea for Ukraine to go into war. They were invaded by Russia. It was an unlawful invasion. And Donald Trump spoke with Vladimir Putin without speaking to Zelensky first, and apparently cut a deal to basically hand over Ukraine to Russia, ban Ukraine from joining NATO or not supporting Ukraine ever joining NATO, and not allowing Ukraine to ever restore its pre-2014 borders. Here, watch this.
Do you expect Ukraine?
Say it, what?
Do you view Ukraine as an equal member of this peace process?
It's an interesting question. I think they have to make peace. Their people are being killed, and I think they have to make peace.
We will continue.
I said that was not a good war to go into, and I think they have to make peace. That's what I think.
So why did you decide to provide?
Donald Trump is asked if he opposes NATO membership of Ukraine. Let's play it.
Can you oppose NATO membership for Ukraine?
I don't think it's practical to have it, personally. I know that a new Secretary of Defense, who's excellent, Pete, made a statement today saying that he thinks it's unlikely or impractical. I think probably that's true. I think long before President Putin, they said there's no way they'd allow that. This has been going on for many, many years. They've been saying that for a long time, that Ukraine cannot go into NATO. And I'm okay with that. I just want the war, whether they are or they're not. But it certainly would seem to be that most people have said that that is something that's not going to happen.
Here, Donald Trump brags about meeting with Putin, how excited he is to meet with Putin. Play this clip.
Dealing with President Putin largely on the phone, and we ultimately expect to meet. In fact, we expect that he'll come here and I'll go there, and we're going to meet also probably in Saudi Arabia. The first time we'll meet in Saudi Arabia, see if we can get something done. But we want to end that war. That war is a disaster.
We're also learning, of course, from sources within the NOAA that additional administrative burdens combined with the ongoing federal hiring freeze and anticipated staff and budget cuts by the Trump administration will hamper the ability of the U.S. to maintain a functioning weather service. So America's basic weather service is going to be gutted. Hey, liberals, deletes the weather service right there. Also, Donald Trump and Elon Musk don't have to worry about how to pay for their kids' education, but for working Americans, whether it's working Rhode Islanders or others, Donald Trump's destruction of the Department of Education is going to lead to fewer teachers, bigger class sizes if there's class at all, and less programming in public schools. Here's Donald Trump from yesterday talking about closing the Department of Education. Let's play it.
How soon do you want the Department of Education to be closed?
Oh, I'd like it to be closed immediately. Look, the Department of Education's a big con job.
Should also be noted yesterday that a military fighter jet crashed into the San Diego Bay. This is the sixth plane collision and second military collision since Trump took office. By the way, over the past 48 hours, the Russian stock market soaring, America's stock market tanking. And when you want to talk about fraud, by the way, let me give a hat tip to Empty Wheel, by the way. They do a great job. Trump fired inspectors general identified $183.5 billion in waste, fraud, and abuse. These are the people who Donald Trump got rid of. The cost savings of these inspector generals, who were the ones tasked, independent people who were tasked to look at fraud, were saved American taxpayers $183.5 billion. Meanwhile, the bait and switch by MAGA is, hey, let's talk about condoms in Gaza and $50 million and $6 million here, based on lies, as Elon Musk admitted in the Oval Office. He's just like making a lot of this stuff up, and he goes, yeah, I'm going to be wrong. But then a $5 trillion tax cut, utterly absurd. Finally, it should be noted that even Egypt's President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi will not travel to Washington for talks at the White House if the agenda at all includes ethnic cleansing Palestinians, kicking Palestinians out of Palestine. If there's no two-state solution, the Egyptian president's not sitting there the way King Abdullah of Jordan did, making a fool of himself in front of Donald Trump. We could reflect at the end of President Joe Biden's presidency. There was 2.9 inflation, 4.1% unemployment. The Dow Jones was hitting records every day. Manufacturing boom, a Gaza ceasefire, Medicare Part D, 2,000 prescription drug cap, infrastructure boom, fastest economic recovery, COVID handled. I could go on and on and on, but you get the point. Here we are, America. I like, though, that people are fighting back. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 4 million subscribers. And thank you so much for watching.
Can't get enough Meidas? Check out the Meidas Plus Substack for ad-free articles, reports, podcasts, daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, and more. Sign up for free now at MeidasPlus.com.